Hey guys, this is a follow-up video to my 2-week grocery haul, which will be posted below. These are some of the meat items and meal items that I purchased in that haul. The total for that haul for my 2 weeks was like $96, which I budget for $250. So throughout the next, 14 days or so, we have some overage for some things. But what I do is every 2 weeks I just prepare a couple of meals. I get a head start on the days to come, and I'll leave some out and I'll freeze some meals as well so we have them for the next couple days. My type of cooking is super easy, super simple. I don't use crazy ingredients. I like fast, easy recipes that don't take long to cook. So these are a couple of the meals that I plan for the days to come. I wanted to share them with you. I'm hoping to do this every 2 weeks to show you where my actual food budget money goes, so you guys can get some ideas on some super quick meals for your family. So first thing that I did was I just made some breaded pork chops. Super easy. All I do with my pork chops is instead of like dipping them in the egg, I go ahead and dip them in light Italian dressing and then bread them and then throw some olive oil in the pan, cook them, good to go. And then these are just instant sides. So we have an instant stuffing and an instant mashed potato. I prefer Aldi because they're super cheap and they taste just as good as any other kind of store-bought brand. Super easy, super quick. We've got 4 containers. This is what we're going to start our week out with. We're not going to freeze these. We're going to go ahead and eat these for our meals. Pulled pork. I got a 3-pound boneless pork roast. And it was like $2.69, which is super cheap. So overall, it only cost me like $9. Really easy crock pot recipe. All you have to do is take the roast, throw it in the crock pot, set the heating on low, and then add your favorite barbecue sauce. So I had some packets of Campbell's Slow Cooker Southern Barbecue sauce that I use. Normally, I would just use any kind of barbecue sauce that we have. Or that I purchased on sale, but those I got from couponing, so they were super cheap already. And then I just let it cook on low for 8 hours, and you can just take a fork and shred your pork. It will be super moist, good. Just mix it in with your barbecue sauce in there, and you're good to go. You can add any kind of seasonings if you want to, like salt and pepper to the pork if you want, but with the barbecue sauce, I find it to be seasonable, and it doesn't need anything. So 3 pounds, so basically I just kind of divided it into pound packages, which will make several sandwiches. And in my grocery haul, I purchased the buns as well for these, obviously. And then with the potatoes that I purchased, I just made some homemade fries. We've got 2 packages here. Homemade fry recipe is super easy. I just wash and slice my potatoes. Mix them with some olive oil, some Italian seasonings, and some rosemary. And then on my pan, I just drizzle a little olive oil so they don't stick. Put it on the oven for 350. Put it in the oven for 350, and it usually takes about 45 minutes or so because I like to make sure that my potatoes get a little bit crisp, like French fries, and that the potatoes are cooked through. So it actually I made 2 packages out of that. And this was from a 10-pound bag of potatoes that I got for like, I think it was $1.79. So I try and incorporate those same ingredients in other meals as I did here with, this is just mild Italian sausage, potatoes and peppers, super easy recipe. I throw mine in the oven. So what I do is just cut up my potatoes. I like these kind of like wedge slices, and my peppers. And I just mix them with a little bit of olive oil and, again, Italian seasoning and just a little bit of rosemary. So I usually buy like one of those big roasting pans that you would use for like cooking lasagna or a turkey. My store had them for 99 cents, so when they're 99 cents, I usually stock up on a few. That way I don't have to worry about that mess after cleaning. I can just, dispose of the pan. So it's super easy. And for 99 cents, it's really worth the aggravation. So I made a super large batch. I think it's over 2 pounds of Italian sausage. So again, after I drizzle them and add the seasoning, I put the potatoes in the oven. I like to get those started because those seem to take the longest. And then on the stovetop, I'll just add in a pan a little bit of olive oil, and I will start cooking the meat on the stovetop. I don't cook it through. I just get it started to where it gets a good start. So I would say for like maybe 10 minutes, just brown the sides. Then I throw it in the oven with the rest of the items and cook it. It usually takes, since I make such a large batch, I have a container here and a small container here, which is full, and then another large Ziploc freezer container. It usually takes about an hour and 15 minutes to where your potatoes are moist and your meat is cooked completely. Then chicken fajitas. These are crock-pot chicken fajitas. I'm sure you guys have seen the recipe before. I add 4 chicken breasts, usually pretty large ones. What you do, you're going to cook them on low. So by starting, you just dice up your peppers and onions. So I usually get a tricolor set of peppers, so a yellow, red, and green. And then I usually add in 2 sliced onions as well. Those go ahead, slice, put at the bottom of your crock pot. Then on top of the vegetables, add your chicken breasts. And after your chicken breasts, you just add a packet of your favorite taco seasoning. So it could be McCormick, Taco Bell, whatever kind that you use. You don't add any water. Cover and cook on low for 8 hours. When it's done, just take a fork to shred your meat and you're all set to go. I just always serve these with tortillas, refried beans, and some rice. Finally, 2 bags of chili.